PH, named, repop, etc. Here I want to briefly go through some of the more common terms you'll run into while grouping in a dungeon. PH, or placeholder, is a term to represent a mob spawn that isn't what you're after, which is typically a named mob. Named mobs are what we in WoW would call bosses or rare spawns. Enemies that don't have a generic name like a skeletal marksman, but instead have a proper name like Swordmaster Willybrook. Okay, that may just be a silly name that I made up, not a proper name, but you get my point, I hope. One important thing I want to say about named mobs, in MNM, most, if not all of them, are not guaranteed to spawn. If you want a named mob, and you have a general idea of where that mob spawns, and you don't see it there, you're going to have to camp the area, clear it for a while, and hope the RNG goddess shines upon you to spawn the named mob. It isn't a guarantee, and neither are the drops. While collecting footage for this series in the November playtest, I spent a total of about 5 hours camping Gerhardt Graves' room in Wormsbane and never saw him spawn once. It was so bad that I actually asked in the Discord if anyone had seen him spawn at all in the entire test, as I was concerned he was bugged out somehow. I received notice he was indeed spawning normally, and my luck just sucked. That's par for the course for me, to be honest. Another common term you'll see is repop. This is the exact same thing as respawn, which hopefully you'll be familiar with. In general, these terms are going to be integral to understanding what's happening in groups, what the goal of the group is, where you're going to be at, etc., etc. So please familiarize yourself with them at the very least. That being said, don't feel absolutely forced to use these terms. Most of the people playing MNM have played WoW at some point in time. They're aware of our other terms. They're simply used to EQ terms, which is from where most of these are derived. Sometimes there will be confusion if you don't use EQ terms, but most of the time people will get the gist, and if they don't, you can just explain it to them.